the support I get.
How about snapping that 4-game losing skid? Things starting to pick up?
Yeah, I mean, just it was good to get out and kind of get our swagger back a little bit, get our juice back. And, even we didn't shoot the ball well again tonight, but we're able to do some other things to get the win.
So awesome to see you find a home and also be a part of a contender. What's it like doing the day-to-day grind with these guys and being the favorites in the East?
Oh, it's so fun. It's such a good group here. There's no egos here, just a bunch of guys that want to win and want to play together and trust each other. And, we got ramping up here for the playoffs here, and we'll see where it takes us.
What's it like playing with Donovan Mitchell, who's kind of at the peak of his game right now? This is a guy that you watched growing up,
Oh, I love Don. I mean, one of my favorite teammates, such a good dude, and, as humble as a superstar as you're going to find, and, he's been the engine for us all year.
Do you keep an eye on your alma mater, Utah State, and all that they go through and how they keep getting back to the tournament?
Of course. Try and keep in touch with every new coach when the new coach comes in. But they had another great year. I know it didn't finish quite how they wanted, but whatever happens, they'll just ramp back up.
What is the secret sauce in Logan? I mean, this is a family thing for you, the Merrill family, and they take a licking and just keep on ticking.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously made very good hires, and they're able to, recruit some local talent that'll stick around. Mason had a great year, and then I think people are really starting to understand what a fun place to play it is, and when you have a place like the Spectrum, you're basically guaranteed 12 or 13 wins. So as a coach and a team, you just gotta find 7 or 8 more, and you're right there.
Sam, Kenny talked about how yesterday he had this big film session planned, and then he's like, sometimes I just go with my gut, scrapped it. Obviously, you guys played horse yesterday. Congrats, I know you were the winner out there. But what is that balance of, all right, you guys, have dropped a few games here, but you still have to balance the having fun, keep a mood light aspect?
Yeah, I think, like I mentioned, we just kind of had to get our juice back and get our spirit back and get our swagger back. And we've played, some teams that have, played very well and are also, right on that either playoffs or play-in line. So it's clear those teams played with more desperation than we did, and so that was part of it, was getting that back as well. Sorry, Craig. But just, yeah, I mean, just maybe he could tell that we needed to get that swagger back, and so we just had some fun yesterday and came out. It's not like we shot it well at all tonight, but I feel like we had our energy a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned not shooting it well. That was actually your lowest three-point percentage of the season, yet you win how you did, right? And you win by double digits. Why is that important?
Just defensively, I think that's been the real issue this week, was hadn't really been able to get stops. So tonight was the night where we just pregame, the focus was let's defend, and same thing at halftime, and we were able to do that.
Darius, in one of those huddles, Kenny was saying that he was drawing some up, and Darius was like, what about the fun piece, Coach? Like, we got to get back to having fun. Do you remember him saying that at all? And if so, did you guys have to get back to that today?
I vaguely remember, but yeah, DG's been saying that. He said it at halftime the other night, said it again today, just that's obviously when we're at our best, and we've been doing that all year. So it was just a matter of seeing a couple shots go through, getting a couple steals and dunks and whatnot, and that's when we can get our swagger and get going.
You remember last year when Donovan threw the alley-oop to himself off the backboard? He was kind of trapped on his pivot. I think it was against Sacramento.
Maybe.
Okay. Have you seen those kinds of plays in a game before? What's your reaction when you see something like that, whether it's from a teammate, an opponent?
Just jealous that I can't do something like that. I mean, Donovan's one of those elite athletes, and they tried to go off the backboard to someone today. Yeah. They couldn't decide whether it was Jay or Don, but it's pretty fun. It'd be nice to have that type of athleticism.
Ty, obviously, first half, it's a struggle night shooting, especially from 3, but to come out second half and go on a 15-0 run, what changed for you guys?
We were doing all the right things in the first half, too. The ball just wasn't going in. That's kind of what we've been talking about all year, not just through this last week and a half or whatever. Just continue to do the right things. And eventually we got too many guys for the ball to keep not going in. So we stayed with it. Our energy stayed high. Our spirit stayed right. And then you kind of just saw, if you keep those things right, eventually that's going to happen.
What was your term the other night that you said you got to get a little bit of your swagger back, right? Did you feel like you guys kind of felt that tonight?
For sure. Even when we were missing shots, we were still doing the right things. We were just wide open. Ball just wasn't going in for a second. But yeah, our swagger definitely, we got that back a little bit.
One of which was Max Strus throwing it down. What'd you think of his dunk out there tonight?
Max did a dunk? He did. When? Max, when you dunk? When you dunk? Oh, the great play. Yeah. No, I thought the highlight of that was everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean, but Max is one of the guys who brings that. Yeah. I'm about to speak highly of you, bro. Chill.
Max, he's on that list, ain't he? 6'6" and up.
You saw Don take off today? I could do that. But no, Max is on that list of guys that, you know, he has that energy and that swagger and that juice. And he brings that every game. He's about all the right things. So, you know, that dunk, basketball guys are rewarding him.
Kenny said his initial plan yesterday was to have you guys go through a full practice and a film session, and then he decided that that wasn't the best thing for this group right now. When you guys like have something like that and you validate that decision, like how meaningful is something like that?
I mean, honestly, it's what we've been doing all year.
Ty,
So.
I got a question. Would you say the Cavs are better? I'm just joking.
This guy's a clown, huh? We've been doing that all year, though, just kind of taking those days like recovery days. So, you know, we went in the film room, we talked about kind of what was missing, basically what we said, just like 82-game season, we're going to go through those lulls. And we ran into some hot shooting teams, man, like Kawhi and KD. Like, those are two Hall of Fame players, and they were on those nights, you know what I mean? So we didn't make shots, they did. And then, you know, we kind of went through those lulls with our spirit. So, yeah, we got recovery day, we got right, and came out and we played well on both ends of the ball today.
How do you keep from overreacting in the face of your longest losing streak of the year?
I think, like I said, when we're on those winning streaks and we're on those losing streaks, like, you can't get too high or low. You'll drive yourself crazy. You play 82 games, and we've got the second best record in the league, you know what I mean? So, obviously, we had some things that we needed to clean up, and we still do. Just because we won don't mean we don't have to clean anything up now, you know what I mean? So you kind of just stay level-headed, and just keep going. At the end of the day, I've been telling Serena this all year. We're trying to build every day, so we want to what we want to do in the spring and the summer. So.
One of the things Ty said after last game was, I think we just need to get our swagger back. How did you guys kind of, I guess, embody that type of feeling out there tonight?
I think we started off good. Started off hot. Don got going, and I feel like that fueled everyone else as well. And we were just cheering everyone on. Anytime anyone made a good play, cheer them on, and made everyone feel good. And from there, we were just playing our brand of basketball.
One of those plays was Max Strus throwing it down. What'd you think of his dunk out there tonight?
That was good. I told him on the bench it was a nice dunk, and the fast break on how we got up the court so fast is a great play, I think.
Sometimes you got to remind yourself, like, you got to have fun out there. And Kenny was saying that in one of the huddles, he was drawing something up, and DG goes, what about the fun piece, Coach? You know, how important is it to make sure you're doing that throughout the game?
It's a big part. I feel like that's kind of how we play basketball, and that's a big reason we're where we are right now, and we're going to continue having fun, and we're going to make that an emphasis.
When the shot's not falling from three, you come out, though, in the third quarter, 15-0 run, outscoring the paint 18-2. How important was it to get inside?
Yeah, that was a big factor this game. We all knew we weren't hitting from outside this game, and so we all talked about it in halftime and said we got to get to the rim and make plays inside, and also still shoot the open ones, but make plays inside, and that's what we did.
This game wasn't perfect by any means, but to have one of the lowest shooting nights of the season and still very handedly come out there and beat Utah, that say something?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we can play the three-ball game, and we can also play inside as well, so very versatile. And also I feel like our defense helped as well when we weren't making shots to hold them under a certain number each quarter, and I feel like we did a good job this night.
What was your vantage point of Darius going on for the fast break and the, I don't know, what would I even call that, the missed?
Yeah.
He ended up getting turnover for that.
That was crazy. Someone got to jump for it. That's what I say. It was an easy pass, perfect, and we turned it over. I don't know what was going on. Jay or Don got it. I think it was Don's fault, but yeah. I don't think he's gonna pass it no more.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Darius, before we get to the game itself, we do need you to break down what was going on on the fast break. Beautiful potential pass off the backboard.
Yeah. Talking about the pass off the backboard. Miscommunication. Yeah, we're just gonna go with miscommunication.
Donovan and Jay were fighting about it, post game. Donovan definitely took he said it was a little selfish on his part. I don't know what your vantage point was.
I should have just been more selfish and just took the layup instead of, but it's all good. I'm just trying to figure out if it's a turnover or a shot attempt.
Who is it intended for?
I mean, both of them can dunk, so it doesn't really matter. Just go jump,
Okay, but it does go back to the point of you're trying to have some fun out there. And in one of those huddles, Kenny said that he was, drawing something up, and you said, well, where's the fun aspect? We have to make sure we get that in. Why is that so important?
It's a kids game, so just trying to make sure we all have fun doing it. And that just uplifts everybody when we're all having fun. Everybody's touching the ball. Everybody's communicating on the defensive side of the ball. So when we get out in transition, that's when we get dunks and potential alley-oops and things in that nature. So, yeah, we got to have fun with it a little bit.
So what does it say on a night where...
Sorry, what's up with you?
Did you have a question, Isaac? Or were you just...
I said it. Did you shower? I said it. I said it. Yeah, I said it, though.
The shooting wasn't exactly top level. Finished one of the lowest shooting percentages of the season in this game. But to beat Utah so handedly, is that important to rely on the defensive end?
Yeah, that's what we harp our entire game plan around. We have to be really good on the defense side of the ball. We know that we can score with some of the best teams ever played this game. So defense is definitely our strong point and the most vocal point of our locker room right now. Just try to get back in that top 5 defensive rating and try to keep teams under 100 points as much as we can as well. So defensive side of the ball is what we're worried about right now.
Part of that 15-0 run to come out of halftime was you guys getting inside. I mean, you outscored them, I think, 18-2 in the paint in that third quarter. How much was that an emphasis?
It's always an emphasis for us to get off to good starts and to start the second half off really well. It had to come in, just try to put them away early. I know they were going to play really hard regardless. So just try to put them away early, try to get some easy ones for our big fellas, and that's what got us going.
Kenny mentioned that he didn't want to overreact to your losing streak, and that's part of the reason why he scrapped the plan to have a full-on practice yesterday and you guys played horse instead. How do you keep from overreacting to your worst stretch of the season?
It happens. Everybody loses games. We know how good that we are, and we know how locked in we have to be to win important games. So I'm just trying to get back to that. We knew that we was going to hit a stretch. We was going to hit a wall one day. That's just how the world works, unfortunately. So those 4 games were our days that we didn't look great or didn't have a great game. So just trying to get back on track over here and lead on to another 15, hopefully.
Yeah, sorry, I got to go back to the backboard play, except a different angle. Do you remember last year when Donovan threw one to himself off the backboard? It was in the Sacramento game. Got caught a little bit. What were you thinking when that happened?
The same shit. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Yeah, but to himself, he can go get it. I guess not. If I'm passing, he's not gonna go get it. So we got to talk about that.
It can kind of be a strategy for dudes like him, right? If you're caught in a situation like that and you can get up, just throw it off the backboard. Or for a bigger dude like Giannis.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great outlet for you if you're really athletic like that. But I guess tonight wasn't his night to be athletic or be spider or whatever he wants to call it. So next time for sure I will be taking my layup.
Thanks to you.